So this has been a pretty big turning point, apparently. Mass deportations are coming. I think that he's right, by the way. I do think that we are on the track for mass deportations. I don't even think it's going to take that long either.
Things are heating up in Britain, and honestly, I think that it's going to come to a head at some point when someone on the other side does something terrible. Because I think that's really where this is going. I mean, as you can see, the flag campaign is still going very strong. It's being called contentious by the mayor of Manchester, Greater Manchester.
What a surprise.
Which is great. And then, of course, we had this video of the two sisters going around. The one
we saw this yesterday.
With the knife and the axe being
Skyrim.
The younger one who the older sister is trying to protect from an immigrant who is filming and harassing her. Now, Basil here is right to point out that you hear the fear in their voices.
Well, I love and the thing is, what I found to be so funny about this is that the cops tried to turn this into the girls were harassing the immigrant. Now, I don't know about you, but if somebody yells at me and tells me to leave and they pull out an axe and a knife, I'm going to turn around and leave. Like that's so why is he even there? Doesn't that sound interesting? Like, yeah, wouldn't you just immediately get the fuck out of there? Quickly, too. Yeah, exactly. But instead he's harassing them and filming them? Yeah, I wonder why.
I'm not sure how exactly to put this, but this is evidently not the first time that this has happened to these girls.
Probably not.
They didn't choose one day to go out armed and then happen to coincidentally bump into a migrant.
Oh, she's harassing him. Then why are you walking towards her? Why would you be walking towards a person with a knife and an axe if all you wanted to do is to have them leave you alone? Really? Like, I mean, imagine, like, think about the level of cognitive dissonance that you have to have in order to believe the police whenever they are actively trying to lie to you. It's unreal. And Reddit was even going, well, it's obvious Reddit was going along with this.
Harass them in the streets. This has clearly happened before. God only knows what's happened to them before, which is why they felt the need to arm themselves. So I'm not surprised that they sound terrified, frankly.
Yeah, I wonder why.
And yes, she was, of course, arrested for brandishing dangerous weapons. But this is just the reality of being...
I guess they have to ban axes, guys. The only solution to this is ban axes. We have an axe violence problem in Britain or Scotland, and so we have to get rid of all axes. And then this issue should go away.
The authorities are here to make sure you are under control. They don't really see the new arrivals as being under their legitimate authority. They've got their own customs. They've got their own ways.
Yeah.
They have a different way of looking at the world, and you are a racist. So you are the one who's policed, because you, is expected, will cooperate with the police. And this really does just hammer home the point, doesn't it?
It's insane.
When daughters need to arm themselves against new arrivals on the streets, how much longer can liberals pretend multiculturalism is working?
It's not even multiculturalism. Like, I mean, again, there's plenty of people that probably live there that are from different cultures that aren't going around harassing girls like this. That's the problem. And I think this is what's happening, is that basically any sort of logical, rational discussion around, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to import a bunch of these people from this other country that speak another language, come from a totally different culture, and we're not really vetting them properly. Any sort of conversation in that direction was totally shut down as racism. It was totally shut down as racism, and nobody wanted to hear it. And I think the result of that is that now you have people that are reacting in the opposite way. They're saying any multiculturalism is bad. We don't want any of these people here, because again, when you make reasonable conversation impossible, you make unreasonable conversation inevitable. And that's what's happened here, is that they have shut down any sort of reasonable or measured approach to dealing with this problem. And because of that, you have situations like this girl with the knife.
Is there a limit to the number of children
that's what's happening
to sacrifice to their ideals? And the answer to that, you and I both know, is that no, there is no limit. There is literally no limit to the number of dead or raped children that the liberal will say, you know what, maybe I was wrong about this. maybe actually this isn't what I was after.
Well, the reason why is because they don't care about the kids. They care about pushing forward ideas that make them feel good. There's the idea that there's like a good intention behind this is a lie. There's not. It's a very clear intentional behavior. It's again pathological performative narcissism.
People from different places on the earth are actually different and actually not compatible. They will never ever back down from this, you know. So you see this kind of mythologizing of this young lady going around, and this is lovely. This and it is nice that our American friends are doing this, but it is a damning indictment of what is happening in this country. And the AI art makes her look honestly braver than she was. It's not that she's not brave, obviously, but she's also terrified. She's also deeply afraid. So anyway, we're in the position where this meme is not even inaccurate. You can either defend yourself and get arrested, or you can leave yourself to the tender mercies of the imported rapists. And the government knows which side they're on. They know, and they've made the choice.
Yep.
Then you get other people pointing out, the reason this photo resonates with people is because we are beginning to understand the physicality of the conflict. We are abandoning abstractions after years of deludedly believing we could vote our way out of this mess. Well, the thing is, it will still be voting that does actually resolve this in the end, to be honest.
Oh, I hope so. I certainly hope so. I'm very concerned that there's going to be some form of violence, because I think that things are getting very extreme. Like, you're starting to see these mass protests. You're starting to see tensions escalate between different groups of people. It seems very problematic, and I think that will be bad for everybody. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if people can't vote their way out of this, they will find other solutions instead.
But we will end up voting a hard right government into power, and they will eventually denaturalize and deport millions of foreigners who are allowed to come here against our will. That's how this is going to end up going.
Somebody says, you actually think the UK government is concealed fascists who control the police and all media, silencing any people who are against them? I think that the government there is intentionally trying to obfuscate the amount of migrant crime and migrant sexual assaults that happen in order to not make it look obvious where the problem is coming from.
But eventually, a hard right government, democracy will limp along. Eventually, a hard right government will get into power with promises of just removing these people from our lands.
Ask me, you haven't been shown any evidence that an immigrant was harassing her. I just saw a video of an immigrant harassing her, walking after her constantly. If somebody tells you to leave, if somebody says, leave me alone, and you keep following them, you're harassing them. You're out of your mind. It's shocking to me that so many people are stupid. Well, it's not, but again, it's so obvious what's happening here.
But anyway, so you, of course, are aware that the Restore Britain rape gang inquiry is underway, and my goodness, already, they haven't even released like any major findings yet, but already that Charlie's involved with it. And he says, we don't know the true scale of these atrocities, but this new data, you can be sure there's only 1 or 2 degrees of separation from you to someone directly affected. 85 local authorities across Britain have Islamic rape gangs. And of course, Elon here, the Quisling collaborators should be charged with aiding rape and in some cases murder. And
that's what they need to do. Whenever the opposite side gets in power, they need to figure out everybody who facilitated this and put them all in jail pretty much forever. That's what I would do if I was them. Because this is the problem, is that people do this and then they're just going to get away with it, basically. Yeah, that's what needs to happen, is that you need to have long-term consequences for the people that enabled this.
They absolutely should. And that would be a lot of Labour Party councillors and MPs who would go to jail for a long time if we lived in a country that actually valued the sanctity of our children. I mean, the Conservatives could have done this at any point, right? The Conservatives could be like, wait a minute, are these Labour councillors actually, and all these Labour-run police, are they all involved with the grooming gangs? Oh, they are.
Yep.
Oh, well, you guys are in trouble because we're sending you to jail forever, is what they could have done.
Well, eventually there will be enough people that get fed up that there will be a governmental change. I think that's what's going to happen. Now, the only question is that when that governmental change happens, will those people exercise restraint whenever they are in control? In my opinion, I don't think they should. I think these are people that have been complicit and have aided and abetted the rape, sexual assault, murder, and violence against their own people. And really, like, if you're making that decision and you're doing that, then you deserve whatever happens. It'll be justified. Yeah, of course. I'm not saying you should kill them, right? I mean, like, it's up to them to decide what they should do. But, like, I mean, if it was up to me, I would at least put them in jail, like, indefinitely.
But like I said, we're going to get a hard right government at some point. And man, I tell you, when it comes, the whiplash is going to be brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Dixon is correct to frame it as the greatest atrocity in our history. And it really is. It's genuinely hard to think of anything worse that has happened to the British people. And mostly it's in England, but you can see it's in other areas as well. Scotland and Wales, Northern Ireland, you can see. And like I said, like, this is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it's always the same profile. It's always the same people. Yep. And apparently it was going on since the 1950s, they have found. So the moment that they got here, they started doing it. Now, one might ask, well, what are things like in Pakistan for young women and girls? Well, who knows?
I would like to help fund legal actions against corrupt officials who aided and abetted the rape of Britain, per the official government inquiry. Please reply below for consideration. Again, they need to get control of the government. As soon as they get control of the government, they can do this for free. But that's what needs to happen first. As soon as that happens, this stuff stops immediately. You can't go to court against officials. You need money. This is massive. Why would you think that? Do you really think that whenever the far right government that will obviously supersede what's here, do you really think that they're going to care about court proceedings? You really think that's what's going to happen? Like, yeah, they're just going to change the rules. Like, what are you thinking?
But of course, you've got loads of people giving some great suggestions on how to help and things like that, which is wonderful.
Yeah, of course.
It would be great if Elon were to support these people and support
I think
getting this done. That would be amazing.
That'd be great.
It would be like, thank God we've got someone somewhere who cares, right? Because really, that's what this is all about. It's just a lack of giving a damn about what has happened to the children of this country. But again, you can feel the momentum rising. You can feel the pressure building. This isn't going to be something that they're going to be able to sweep under the rug. Too many people were hurt. Too many lives have been ruined. Too much has happened. And this is what the flagging campaign is about. It is this overall sense of sovereignty of the British people, in particular the English people, over their own country. We have been abused and taken advantage of for far too long. Now, Nigel came out and said that he was going to deport 600,000 illegal immigrants in his first year. Why so low? Why not more?
Yeah, exactly. See, this is the thing. I said this shit was going to happen. Absolutely. Yeah, they want all of them gone. That's really where it's at.
We know that there are at least going to be about 2 million illegal immigrants in the country, but there are going to be, and the rest, you know, what about all of those other ones? Why not deport them all? Like, go through the communities with, like, deportation squads. Let me see your paper. Are you illegal? You're illegal. Right, get out. Because these communities are an anchor to the illegals. So the first thing you do is stop benefits, stop housing benefits, stop access to the NHS, and then you just go through these communities and start making sure the people who are here legally, then you deport them. Accessory to aggravated rape or murder, especially of children, is guilty of a serious crime and must serve time either in prison if a citizen, or be deported if not. The government simply needs to enforce the law. Now, of course, a Labour government would never enforce this law because they'd be their people they'd be sending to jail or deporting.
What a surprise.
But a different government could easily do it, and Nigel Farage could easily commit to this. He could easily commit to doing this to the Labour Party.
Yeah, he's not going to be the guy.
Rupert's there. No,
he's not answering. He's not giving solutions that are relevant to the people that live there, right?
But again, like, this is all things whose time are coming. And you can see how Farage, a year ago, he was saying to Stephen Edgington, oh no, mass deportation is not feasible. I don't want my name attached to mass deportations. It's not my ambition. To now, I will mass deport 600,000 of them. Blah, blah, blah. It's
not enough. Not enough. Those are rookie numbers.
Oh, really? Why is that? Because the tide is turning. Right? The pressure is building. They can't just call you a racist. They can't just diffuse this. Things are way too far gone for that. And so things are slowly but surely changing.
I think that what he's saying here is completely accurate. And I think also, like, again, the type of, like, kind of, I think people call it controlled opposition. I wouldn't call it controlled opposition, but that's what a lot of people are calling it in terms of, you know, Nigel Farage and the other people like that. I think that really people want dramatic, drastic, extreme action taken. It's very evident that that's the case, at least from what my read on the situation is. I could be wrong, and of course some people don't agree with me, but I think that there are enough people that agree with me that this is a sentiment that will win an election. Basically, right? 100% control of the opposition. Yeah, exactly. Sure, right? And so, yeah, it's 600,000 over 5 years, rookie numbers. Yeah, there's probably going to be more that are going to come in that period of time. So I don't really see how that's going to solve any problems for anybody. So yeah, people want justice. Well, I think that people really want, I think that they want justice. And also, this might not be something people want to hear, but they also want revenge. They do. They want revenge, and they want a degree of payback for what happened that, you know, all of this, like, you know, they've been suppressed, they've been pushed down, they've not been able to speak out, give their opinions on things. And I think they absolutely want revenge, like against the politicians. Well, I definitely, I mean, again, I don't support violence, you know, any sort of political violence. I don't think that's a good idea. But again, I do think that it's something that's pretty fucking obvious that that's where things are going, right?